Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess and I post travel related content focused around food and discovering new places. And as of recently, I have added some new material to my channel focused around lifestyle, self-love, and conquering anxiety. If you haven't seen my latest video on my story of anxiety, which I have battled with for many years, I will link it up right here for you to click on and check out. I have been traveling for almost 5 years. If you're already not an anxious person, you add travel into the mix and you will become anxious because it is a very anxious and stressful situation. So I'm going to share with you how to deal with anxiety when you are traveling. Tip number one, if you're planning for a trip, my number one tip is to make sure you have enough sleep leading up to the trip. I am a person that cannot sleep on an airplane for the life of me. I have gotten better throughout the years where I can maybe get an hour nap in, but make sure you are relaxing, getting enough sleep as much as you can. I know planning for a trip can be stressful, but try and pack a little ahead of time if you need to. If you're a last minute packer and you do get stressed, just make sure you are sleeping and getting the right amount of sleep, especially if you're an anxious person leading up to a trip. If you need help sleeping, I recommend melatonin. Melatonin is a dietary supplement. It is not a medication, but we already have melatonin in our bodies. What this does is just add a little extra melatonin. And if you do have trouble sleeping, get the highest dosage that is safe, and that is 10 milligrams. Take one of these a few days leading up to your trip. And you can even take it on the plane if you're having, just a straight flight. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend it if you have a layover. And this will help you fall asleep. A thing that triggers anxiety for me is lack of sleep. So I need as much sleep as possible if I know that I'm leading up to a stressful or anxious situation coming up. Tip number two, when you're on an airplane, it is very uncomfortable unless you're flying business class, okay? It is very uncomfortable sitting in those seats, being surrounded by a whole bunch of people you do not know. And one thing that I highly suggest you do is surround yourself and bring stuff with you that makes you comfortable. Snacks, bring your favorite snacks. If Starburst, Sour Patch Kids, Cheez-Its, those comfort snacks. Bring those with you on the airplane. Okay, I know it's not good to eat your feelings. If it makes you feel better and makes you less anxious, bring those with you on the airplane. I'm telling you from experience, it does provide a bit of comfort. Also, be sure to have movies downloaded or TV shows downloaded from Netflix. You can now download movies and TV shows and use them offline when you're on airplane mode from Netflix. Be sure that you have downloaded TV shows and movies that you love, that make you feel comfortable, that make you happy, and that way you can watch it. One thing for me, I always have episodes of The Office on my Netflix account, downloaded and ready to go for an airplane ride, because sometimes there's just movies on the airplane I don't want to watch. I know The Office makes me laugh and makes me feel comfortable, and it eases my anxiety. Bring books with you. That keeps your mind busy. You're diving into a new story. You're not thinking about what's going on around you or the anxiety. Read a book, listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook, listen to your favorite songs on Spotify or download it from iTunes. These are things that you need when you want to feel comfortable. Number three, if you're into this, bring some essential oils with you. They're teeny tiny. You can bring them on the plane. It'll pass the liquid inspection. You can put them in a little roller ball. There's things like lavender, frankincense. These are essential oils that can help calm anxiety. Even if it is a placebo effect, doesn't matter. If it works for you, do it. Put it on the palms of your hand, or put it on your wrist, put it on your feet, put it behind your ear, or just take a smell and it'll help calm you. So bring essential oils with you if this is something that you're into or haven't tried yet. It's something worth trying. I like it. I'm not really sure if it works, but it might be a placebo effect. But these are something that I always bring with me, and if I'm feeling anxious, I just smell the essential oils. Number four, here's a trick if you are anxious about turbulence. Turbulence is not a fun thing. Sometimes it can be intense. Sometimes it can just be a little tiny nudge. If you are nervous about turbulence, this is a trick that I share with so many people. especially people who have never been on a long haul flight and are uncomfortable being on airplanes. Okay, so here's a scenario that you should think about. When you're on an airplane and there starts to be turbulence, it starts to be a little bumpy and shaky and you're moving around a bit. You get anxious, you start freaking out that you're gonna just fall right out of the airplane, or the airplane's gonna drop out of the sky. That's not gonna happen, okay? And you know why? Because this is a normal thing for an airplane to do. So this is what I tell people. When you are on a bus ride or you're in a car ride and you're on a little path and there's bumps in the road and you're bumping along and you're just bump, 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 bump. Are you freaking out? No, you're not, because there are bumps in the road. Well, there's these things called air pockets, and that is what the airplane is hitting. And it's natural. It is a natural thing. The airplane hits these air pockets, and that is what causes the turbulence, the bumps. So think of it as a bump in the road. You don't freak out when you hit a bump in the road, or several bumps in the road when you're in a car. So don't freak out when you're on an airplane. Think of it that way. It eases my mind. It's totally normal. So you can do this. You can totally do this. Turbulence is a normal thing and it will not hurt you. If you're on an airplane and you're traveling, you are going somewhere most likely that you want to be. Whether you have a loved one waiting for you or you're going on a really awesome vacation. Think about, while you're on the airplane, where you're going to, how much fun you're gonna have, how many memories you're gonna make, all of the experiences that are waiting for you outside of that airplane. And that really just excites me when I think about, oh my God, I'm going home, I get to see my family, oh my gosh, I get to discover this new country, I'm going to the beach, you know, like things like that. Think about it, that's exciting. Get excited. Every second that goes by while you're on the airplane, you're one step closer to your destination, and it's getting you faster than any car or train could ever. So just think about that. That helps ease my mind, because you're thinking about the positive other than the negative. I hope these have helped you in some way and that you learned something through my experience throughout the years in dealing with anxiety while traveling. If you have any other tips, please leave a comment for me and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, and happy travels.